Ages 7 to 9. So the most important thing to know about this age group is that the kids of this age group can do absolutely anything, and probably better than us. Yes, they have all the coordination, balance, motor skills to do all of the yoga poses very good. But here's the principle you need to remember. This principle is you have to start from where they are. Okay, and we will talk about it more. Okay, you look at the kids and you start from where they are, and if you start from where they are, there's no limit to what you can do. You can put like 6 people, one on top of each other, in all kinds of weird human pyramids, and it will be awesome. Okay, so this age group, one of the things that I do different, I take the time to actually learn how to do poses better, because they can do more. We take the time to learn to do more. Okay, they have more awareness of their body, more awareness of their breath, so we take time to do more breathing, and we take the time to do poses with more accuracy and learn more variations of the poses. Okay, so the way it goes is like this. Kids of this age group, just like the younger ones, they totally want to have fun. Okay, grown-ups also want to have fun, but they don't allow themselves. Okay, but at this age group, they still allow themselves to have fun. Okay, so they want to have fun. So the class is still totally fun. Yeah, there are fun games and going on yoga journeys. It's all great, not a problem. Yes, some of the childish things I slowly take out as they grow up. There's less puppets and dolls and songs and things like that. Okay, but going on yoga journeys still works great for this age group, and playing lots of yoga games. But every class, there's some part of the class which I dedicate to learning how to do poses better. Okay, so we'll start with a few simpler games before I'll get to the main part of it. One game, I call it Yoga Problem. Can I have a volunteer? It's called a yoga problem. Great. Your name is Rima, right? I remember the R. Rima. Cool. Rima is going to do the warrior pose. That's a warrior 2.
Oh, which one was warrior 2?
Great, like this. But do a really bad one.
Oh.
Worse. Even worse, it should be really uncomfortable. Really bad. Really bad warrior 2. Yeah. Ah. Even worse? Tiny bit worse? Tiny bit worse? Great. Good. Now, Rima has a problem, a yoga problem. She's trying to do warrior 2, but it's really uncomfortable like this. Can anyone help her? If you know anything, quickly, if you know anything about warrior 2, one at a time, you come and you fix only one of her body parts into a better warrior 2. Come on, it's so uncomfortable. You have to help her. Great. Beautiful. You have such good helpers. Very good. Anyone else? Great. Anyone else wants to fix anything? Help Rima do the pose better? Excellent. Beautiful. And in this exercise, as a teacher, you can come and fix the last few things. And through this, we learn how to do warrior 2 better, right? It's a great game. Give her a big hand. And you can take 2 or 3 poses and solve those yoga problems. Okay, another excellent game is called the Yoga Sculptor. Okay, so everyone is going to find a friend, someone right next to you. Quickly, a friend, and one of you is going to be a lump of clay, like this. And the other one is going to be the sculptor. The sculptor. So the sculptors will start by kneading the clay. You knead the clay. Sorry.
Is that okay?
Yeah. See you tomorrow at night.
Thank you.
Yeah. Knead the clay. Knead the clay.
You okay there?
Just knead the clay. Great. Now, what happens in this game, the sculptors are going to sculpt the clay into a yoga pose. Now, I can be the model in the middle and do a yoga pose, let's say, or I can give you different yoga cards with yoga poses, or I can just tell you a yoga pose, and you sculpt your clay into that yoga pose. Now, the thing is, the clay doesn't help, okay? But wherever you move them to, they will stay there. So let's say we're going to do the tree pose. You will need to figure out how to make your clay stand without them helping you. So you need to figure out how do you usually stand. Okay? So using touch, slowly sculpt your clay into a beautiful tree pose. Clay doesn't help, but wherever your artist put you, you stay there. By the way, if you look here for a moment, there are different ways to sculpt. One is using touch, like we did. Another way is using an imaginary thread. Yeah, let's say Claire is my clay. So I do an imaginary thread, and wherever I leave it, she stays there. Yes? Yeah? Or yeah? An imaginary thread. Or for this age, for the next age group, I like to do using verbal instructions. Yeah, put your right leg down, your left hand over there, twist this way, and this helps them with the verbal expression and giving instructions and all the body parts and right and left. And it never comes to be like what they planned, which is even better. Okay. Okay. So now the artists are going to sculpt the clay into a pose that was never seen or heard of before, something totally new, something you invent on the spot. What's the name of this sculpture? It looks like the Brazilian flag from here. Yeah, it does. Yeah. What's the name of your sculpture?
Is it a hard pose? I don't know. It doesn't have
Maybe air traffic control. Okay, great. All right, very good. Okay, now guys, the main way, the main way that I use to teach how to do poses better is this. I call it the yoga workshop. Okay, so again, the class is totally fun, exciting, games and creativity. But 5 minutes of every class, not the first couple of classes, but after that, 5 minutes of every class is more serious. It's a yoga workshop, and in those 5 minutes, we take one pose and we learn how to do it better. Okay, we learn how to go into the pose, how to get out of the pose, how to do the pose better, how to do variations in the pose, how to do the pose in pairs and groups. We invent new ways to do this pose and so on. Okay, we explore this pose in those 5 minutes to make it better. Okay, some poses take more than one class. That's cool too. All right? So I can give you a couple of examples. Let's say we take the down dog pose. Can we demonstrate? Yeah. Great. I'll take this one. Great. Great. Vanessa is going to do the down dog pose. All right, so we explore different ways to help each other with pose. So yes, I will give more instruction. You know, we can play the game that we played before, Yoga Problem, but we'll also find ways to help each other in the pose. For example, in pairs, one child can sit here and push on the other child's shoulders. Does this feel good? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can explore this. We can explore this variation of leaning back like we did before, yes? Hop. Now I need you to do really strong arms. We can have a pregnant dog, which goes like this. You see, I'm the pregnant belly of the dog.
Oh wow, rough.
Great. We can also do this. Feels good. Great. Now this is 6 and up. Just different ways to help each other in this pose. Yeah? That's all. And we can do, what else? Hmm?
You did like the handstand with the feet on.
Right, the levitating dog. We can do dog push-ups. You want to try? Great. We can do dog kick-ups. We can do a dog pyramid. Yeah, relax your hands for a bit. Relax your hands. Good. Can I have another dog volunteer? Great. Great. Step back a little bit. Yeah. So we're going to stagger your hands like this. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Vanessa. Yeah, a bit closer. Good. Yeah, 2 hands, a foot, and another foot. Okay? And it makes it easier for you down there, right? It takes the weight to the legs. Yeah? Great. We can even build it higher with more people. Yeah. So the possibilities are endless. So here we explore the dog pose. Next time we'll do it better. But of course I explain longer arms, longer legs. Let's walk our heels down to the floor and so on. This is just one pose. Okay, another one could be the headstand. I'll demonstrate it for you. Great. The headstand, usually the first thing I'll teach them is how to fall from the headstand. It's not for the first class, okay? But headstand. So if you do the headstand, falling from it, the best way is just to put your feet down, right? Let's say you happen to fall the other way. What do? We tuck our chin in, we make ourselves into a ball, and we roll out of the pose. Okay, so that's what we're going to practice. We're going to roll out of the pose, and we do it again and again, maybe like 10 times. And then we lose the fear of falling from the headstand. Next, we can do the headstand with the wall. I'm just going to use that wall. But if you do it with your back to the wall, you will always need the wall behind you, so we do it facing the wall. Okay? And we climb on the wall like this. We let go of one leg, yeah, the other, and in time, yeah, we try to let go of both legs. Okay? Then we do the dog pose, the headstand with friends. Okay? Can I have another volunteer? Great. Do you want to do the headstand?
With the reverse of it.
Yeah. Yeah, this way. Great.
You're doing a headstand.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Vanessa, can you sit with me? Stand with me, I mean?
Yes.
Great. Good. So we are going to do this protective wall this way, just with one hand here. And we're going to help her up into the pose. Good. And then we're going to hold hands. And this is, I call it the protective circle. So you see, she can, doesn't matter if she's not steady in the pose, we catch her like this, just having this protective circle around her. Okay? But the thing is, we don't hold her, and by not holding her, eventually she'll find her own balance. Okay? Up. More here. That's right, find your own balance. This way. This way. Great. And at the end, we help her down. All right, so that's the protective circle. Then we can also do the... We can do the headless headstand.
Headless, yes.
Yeah, can you do the crab pose?
Crab, which one is crab?
Just with hands behind you.
Yeah.
Great. The headless headstand, I'm going to put my head here. Vanessa is going to squeeze my head. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to hold her ankles. Yeah? And come into the pose. Yeah, we will do it together tomorrow. Yeah, we usually use a mini teacher as well. Right? And then down. It's not hard. Is it hard for you?
No.
Not hard for me. Yeah.
So if you don't have blocks, that's the one that.
Oh yeah, it's
you do squat-
much better for your neck. Good?
Thursday.
So here we do. And so let's say that was like one class. We explore this in 5-10 minutes. Different things in the headstand. Great. Next class, we can start some variations in the headstand. Whether it's going up into the headstand with legs together, legs apart. This is called around the world. Yeah. Or with feet to feet, or the lotus pose, or hand variations, moving our hands around. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Or scorpion and many different poses like this. Okay, so there's always farther to go, legs variation, hands variations. And once we do one pose better, we do all of the poses better. Okay, so imagine, let's say you teach at the school for this age group. Okay, after a year of classes, how do you think their poses will look like if you do this every class? They'll do yoga so good, my God. Okay, so every class you do a little yoga workshop, a few minutes, you take one pose and you explore how to do it better. And because it actually takes more than 5 minutes to explore a pose to its depth, what I usually do, I call it the pose of the month. Let's say the pose of the month is headstand. So for this month, we're going to explore headstand. It's not the first month of the year, okay? It's not in February. Like June, it will be headstand. January will be the dog pose, let's say, okay? Or a warrior pose, okay? It's the pose of the month. So we'll, because it's the pose of the month, we're going to write songs about it. We're going to color in that pose. We're going to make drawings of this pose and put it on the wall in the studio, send it in the newsletter, put it on Facebook. Create new ways to do this pose in pairs and in the group, and celebrate this pose. Learn about the benefits of this pose, okay, and all the possible things we can do with it. Okay, so we celebrate this pose, the pose of the week or the pose of the month, and you focus on it in all of your classes and on your web page, Facebook, and all of those. Okay.
Do you ever experience a child or children say, well, do we have to do that again? I don't like that one, or
It's a group effort, and if they don't, I'll switch it. It's never about your agenda. You should be flexible enough to let it go. Yes. I mean, it's nice to have an idea, the pose of the month. But yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But usually it works. Yeah, because the whole point is to make them excited about this pose. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't take into account any negative thing like this. Like, you make it exciting. Make it something. Wow. We're gonna learn so many things you can show off to your friends. And cool. Yeah. Like, okay, headstand. That's just the beginning. We can also do a scorpion, and handstands, and walk up and down the stairs on our hands. Okay. I know. It's all possible. Yeah, we just take it one step at a time, but we need to start with the headstand. That's it. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, so this is, I know, there's something called time, which, by the way, is a total illusion, Yeah. Okay. So I said they can do anything and everything, but you need to go gradually, one step at a time, and start from where they are. Another thing for this age group, 7 to 9 and up, is that you will start seeing big differences in the abilities of the kids. Okay, some kids are more flexible and some are less. Some are stronger and some are not as strong. And what I want to say here, it is very important that you make all the kids feel successful. All right? So, for example, let's say we do the turtle pose. Okay, so we can do turtle like this. Most kids can do this. Turtle. Great. Let's also try to do turtle like this. We'll put our hands under the knees and take our hands back, and we'll try to slowly straighten our legs. Awesome. Now, those of you that can, also turn your hands around and hold your hands behind your back. I can't do it, but some kids can do it, okay? So you understand, everyone did the turtle pose. Some people did like this, some like that, and some more advanced. It doesn't matter. Everyone did turtle pose. Got it? Same like we did the giraffe pose. So we can do simple one, we can do more advanced or more advanced, but everyone did some form of or another of giraffe. Everyone was successful with giraffe, and so on and so on. So it's an art to find those different options. In the manual you can see a lot of this. Every pose have different options, and you know, if you do it too easy for everyone, they get bored. If you do it too difficult, they get frustrated. So you know, you offer different options, starting with the easier one, and everyone feels successful. Okay, and if something only one person can do, you skip it. Doesn't matter. Next thing. Okay, most of the people should be able to do it for you to do it. Yes, more breathing exercise, but we will have a whole section about breathing and more specific verbal cues in poses. Yes, and good.